Hello my beautiful bumblebees and welcome back to another YouTube video. I have to be a little bit more quiet this episode because my mom is still awake and like roaming the house, so I don't want her to hear me. But this is gonna be part 2 of You Have to Choose. I am planning on posting another episode of Best Friends tomorrow. And then just keep doing like a back and forth, and then we'll have to see about our next series. I'll probably go back to another Kyle because you guys seem to love Kyle, or maybe a different fandom if someone ends up wanting that. Okay, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you at the end of the video. What? Toodles! Dating Kyle wouldn't be so bad. He's cute, athletic, and smart. I took a deep breath. YN! Nicole interrupted. Tolkien told me what happened. She looked to see who I was with. Kyle? I thought you were better than that. She glared. No, this isn't all his fault, I told her. We should still go back, show people we aren't weak. She suggested. I nodded and followed her back into the lunchroom, completely forgetting about Kyle and how he was next to me. Stan's POV. I watched Ryan and Nicole go back into the lunchroom. What the hell do you think you're doing? I asked, coming out of my hiding spot. What? Kyle jumped slightly. You asked Ryan out. I freaked. So what? You have Wendy. If anything, you should thank me. I was just taking her off your hands, he pointed out. I never asked you to do that for me, I started. You can't even talk to her. Every time she comes around you throw up. How do you think that makes her feel? Kyle asked. I had to grit my teeth to prevent myself from snapping his neck. Just stay away. Dude, you can't have both. Tell me one if you prefer her over Wendy, Kyle said. You can't just make me choose like that. It's complicated. Just what I thought. He rolled his eyes and walked away. Your POV. I watched Kyle walk back into the lunchroom. He looked pissed off. Stan shortly followed him in, looking just as pissed. When did he get out there? It didn't matter. I was more confused on where Kyle and I stood. Were we a couple or not? Time skip. Friday came, but Kyle was avoiding me all week. It didn't take me long to figure out that we weren't a couple, since we had a game against North Park. Everyone was all preppy. Well, everyone besides me. I couldn't care less about this. The entire school pissed me off. I didn't plan to go to the next game until I got an anonymous text. You coming to the game tonight? Who is this? You should come to the game. You could watch me. Not until I know who you are. I'll be the number 1 player on the field. Number 1? The only person who is that cocky is Clyde, and he's with Bebe. Not that I would stop him from trying. I was not about to go down the road again. Bebe was a psychopath. I put my phone away and marched down the hall to find the cocky bastard. It wasn't long before I saw him with his buddies, Craig and Tweak. This needs to stop. I scolded him. He was obviously caught off guard, very confused. What are you talking about? I'm talking about your lame attempts to get into my pants. You need to get this through your cocky brain. The only girl who will fuck you is your manipulative, slutty girlfriend, I told him. Craig snickered. Well, aren't you full of yourself? Oh my god. Tweak shook. Excuse me? I questioned. Did I stutter? He asked. Oh, and how am I full of myself? I questioned. He let out a laugh. You're standing here randomly accusing Clyde of something you didn't even know that he did. Not to mention the fact you stand here calling Bebe a slut. First off, you don't know her. Second, You were the one who went into the closet with Kyle, so why don't you get your pretty little face out of here? I had to process what he said. I was furious. Nothing happened between me and Kyle, so shut the fuck up. Wait, did you just call me pretty? That's what you got out of it? He questions. I'm a girl. I pay attention to the important stuff. I giggled. I can see that. He chuckled. Do you think you'd want to hang out sometime? I shyly asked. He had a smug look on his face. Yeah, we could do that sometime. Clyde's eyes widened. What? He literally just called you a slut. Shut up, Clyde. Craig flipped. Called you a slut. Shut up, Clyde. Craig flipped him off. I gave Craig my number before walking away. What if he is the number? Nah, he doesn't seem like that type. I wouldn't be too much work. It would be too much work for a guy like him. Apparently I can't freaking read. I sat in the stands, freezing at the game. As the game went on, I'll be number one on the field. I instantly watched the boys. Number one. Damn it, nobody is sticking out. Wait, unless it's a play on words. Number one. Stan is number one, but Stan is avoiding me. Why would he be texting me? I thought he didn't want to ruin things with Wendy. Everyone surrounding me got up and cheered. I looked over to the clock, and the game was over. Wow, I spent $3 to sit here and think about my problems. I should have stayed home. Nicole came and rushed towards me. You look like you're lost. Be pumped, we won, she squealed. I gave her a weak smile. I had only told her a small part of this entire situation. Well, I know what will cheer you up. All of us girls are going up to the school to congratulate the boys on their win. She smiled. That sounds fun and all, but Craig will be there, she sang. Craig? Oh, I completely forgot about him. What if Stan is trying to start something? Then I have to choose. You have to come. I need my best buddy there, she pouted. Does it really mean that much to you? I questioned. She nodded eagerly. I rolled my eyes. Fine. Goody, I'll meet you at the school. She giggled. We separated into our cars. I drove up to the school. When I got there, all of the girls were standing in a big circle around the boys' cars. The bus was here, so the boys were probably inside showering. I slowly got out of my car as the cold wind hit me. It's too cold for this shit, I muttered under my breath. I saw Nicole waving me over to them. Here goes nothing. I tried to talk myself up. What is she doing here? I heard Bebe scoff. I sniffed the air before. Do I smell fish? Bebe looked ready to attack me. Calm down, Bebe. Like it or not, she goes to the school here now. Wendy intervened. Yeah, so let's just put everything in the past, Nicole added. Both Bebe and I rolled our eyes. Soon the boys started to come out of the school. Stan, Wendy squealed. Good job tonight. She ran over and wrapped her arms around his neck. I couldn't help but gag a little. They were truly the ideal high school couple. The head cheerleader dating the captain of the football team. You can consider them perfect. Stan's not texting me. He already has it all. What would he want from me? But if it isn't him, who is it? Kenny? He's pretty cocky. I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket, interrupting my thoughts. Did you see me tonight? Yeah, I think so. Oh, really? Did I impress you? Well, I still don't know who you are. Not even a guess. I have a guess, but I don't think it's right. Go ahead. It won't hurt if you'll get it wrong. Stan? Question mark? I looked up and got a glance of what I needed to see. While Wendy was going on about something nobody really cared about, Stan was taking peeks at his phone with a huge smile on his face. Stan, you dog! Stan's POV. I snuck a peek at I snuck a peek at my phone. Stan? Question mark? I couldn't help but smile, but now I had a problem. I glanced at Ryan, who was staring right at me. Right, Stan, a voice asked, not that I was paying much attention. Stan! Wendy yelled back, bringing me back to reality. What? I asked, oblivious to their conversation. We're going shopping for matching Halloween costumes tomorrow, Wendy repeated. Oh, yeah, we are this weekend. I agreed. She wrapped her arms around my waist and hung on to me. I hated when she did that. She was so clingy, but only when we were around others. If it was just the two of us, I'd be lucky if she would sit next to me on the couch. As the night went on, people slowly started to disperse. I continually stole glances at YN. I left shortly after she did. Once I got home, I saw that I had a text from YN, so I'm gonna take it as it's safe to assume that this is Stan. It is. Why are you wasting your time talking to me? I wouldn't call it a waste of time. You have a girlfriend? Whoa. Did I ask you to bang? As far as I'm concerned, we are just talking like normal human beings. Works for me. So, you want to go get some city walk tomorrow? Like a date? No, I have a girlfriend. Is she coming with? She's out of town for the weekend, so I'm your side girl. Why can't you look at us as friends? You throw up whenever I'm around you, and now you want to hang out? I got put back on my stomach medication, so what do you say? Sure, but you have to tell Wendy. I read Ryan's last text. To be honest, I had no intention of telling Wendy. I was going to use this opportunity to get to know Ryan and break things off with Wendy. Okay, I will. I'll pick you up at 6. Alright, works for me. POV. Your POV. It was 5:30, and I sat in my room deciding what to wear. Stan would be here in 30 minutes, but I couldn't decide. We are just going out as friends. It shouldn't be this hard. I should be able to just put on a pair of sweats and a t-shirt that I normally wear. Friends shouldn't care what you dress in when you hang out. I threw on a shirt and sweatpants, looking in the mirror. I looked like a slob besides the makeup that I had put on earlier that day. I heard the car pull up in the driveway. I rushed to my window to see Stan in jeans, black v-neck with a plaid flannel over it, and his jacket was unzipped. Shit, I'm way underdressed. I ripped off my sweats and searched my room for a pair of clean jeans. Once I found a pair, I quickly put them on and threw on a South Park Cows sweatshirt I had recently got. Just as I finished, I heard the doorbell, which obviously was Stan waiting for me. I quickly ran down the stairs to the front door. Once I got there, I waited a couple of seconds so I didn't seem desperate, then opened the door. Hey, Stan, I greeted. Her? I think he meant to say hey. He slyly smiled. I grabbed my coat and followed him out to his pickup. He led me to the passenger door and opened it for me. I'm impressed, I commented. With? He asked. The fact that you talked to me face to face and didn't throw up in my house, I giggled. He chuckled. It's amazing what those pills do for me. I bursted into laughter. It sounded like, you sound like pill popper. You sound like a pill popper. Maybe I am, he said with a serious face before laughing. We arrived at City Walk. We both of us just ordered the city chicken. We talked a lot, way more than what I was expecting. Turns out Stan had a quite entertaining childhood. Wait, so your dad bought a Blockbuster? I asked in disbelief. Stan nodded, laughing. Why? I questioned. He thought it was a good idea. He was convinced that people were going to rent movies from him, Stan explained. He sounded like a very entertaining man. I'd love to meet him sometime, I started. After that, neither of us said anything. We just sat there, staring at each other, slowly moving closer over the table. Hey, we're closing. You two need to leave. Look, him yelled at us. I let out an awkward laugh, and as I sat back in my seat, I stepped. Oh, can I fucking learn how to read? Holy shit. I glanced at the clock, which said it was 9:30. We had been here for 3.5 hours. Wow, it's already late, Stan said, as the pink and his cheeks slowly started to fade. "I'd better get you home." He got back into his pickup truck with the awkward tension in the air. Neither of us mentioned the almost kiss. Stan was acting like it never happened. We rode the entire way to my house. Once he pulled into the driveway, he got out and opened the door for me. "I thought this wasn't a date," I commented. "I'm just trying to be polite," he replied. I took his hand and hopped out of his white pickup. He didn't let go of my hand as we walked to the door. "Stan, you have a girl." I was unexpectedly cut off by Stan's lips smashing into mine. The kiss made me forget about everything. It was one of the greatest things that had ever happened to me. I never even realized that I liked this boy that much. Unfortunately, he pulled away. "I'll break up with her," he smiled. I couldn't help but smile back at him. "Okay." He pulled me into a hug, and we stayed like that for a long time until Stan's phone interrupted us. "Hello?" he answered. "Oh, is she okay?" "Okay, yeah, I'll be there right away." "What's going on?" I asked when he got in an accident on our way home from... "She's at the hospital." He choked, holding back tears. "Bro, you just fucking kissed us. What are you talking about, choking back tears? Like, I get it, you care about this girl, but you're literally dating her and just kissed another girl that you've known for like a week. So, clearly she don't matter that much to you." Guys, we don't condone cheating here. Stan left to go see Wendy at the hospital. I was hoping that this wouldn't change anything. I pushed the thought away, and went to bed. I was too tired to worry. Time skipped. The weekend was over, and I found myself stuck in first period once again. Since the teacher was gone today, most of us took the worksheet the sub gave us and started talking to each other. Nicole was by the rest of the cheerleaders, but Wendy wasn't back yet. Stan told me that her car rolled and she broke her leg, collarbone, and nose. "Wayne, can I ask you a quick question?" Nicole asked as she made her way over to me. "I guess," I answered. "The rest of the girls and I were wondering if you would be willing to join the cheerleaders until Wendy is healed." She questioned. "You want me to join the cheerleaders?" I repeated. She nodded eagerly. "Why?" I asked. "Bebe thinks you should join since you're pretty and you would make us look better. But since we are close..." "I have zero pep," I interrupted. "Everyone has a little pep," she responded. "Please just join." "Ugh." "Fine," I agreed. Nicole let out a squeal. "Okay, Wendy will be back tomorrow, so some early in the morning, and we'll have a tryout." "Yay," I cheered. Sarcastically, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. I hoped it was Stan, but to my surprise, it was Craig. "Hey, sorry for not texting this weekend, I forgot." I giggled at his bluntness. "Don't sweat it, it's fine." "I still think we should hang out, though." I smirked at the message as I felt the weight on my desk shift. "So, Wayne, can you tell me why you rejected Kyle?" A partially annoyed voice asked. I looked up to see a grinning fat ass looking at me. This isn't good. I looked to see the sub and hoped she would help me, but she was sleeping. Oh, great. That helps. I opened my mouth to come up with some sort of answer, but Kyle didn't give me the chance. "Shut up, fat ass," Kyle spat out angrily. "Don't call me fat, you stupid Jew," Carmen angrily replied. "Besides, I don't like her anymore," Kyle hissed. "Oh, and why is that?" Eric asked. I also gave him a curious look. Why didn't he like me? What was wrong with me? "She just isn't the type of girl I thought she was," Kyle started. What's that supposed to mean? I looked at Stan, who had a guilty look on his face, and then I realized Kyle knows. "Oh, and what is that supposed to mean?" Cartman questioned to push the topic. "Shut up, fat ass," a voice said. We all turned to the back of the room where Craig sat with his emotionless face. "What was that fucker?" Cartman questioned. "Clever one," Craig mumbled sarcastically. "Now leave the girl alone. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you like her," Cartman teased. "Maybe," Craig shrugged. "Or I consider her or I could consider her as useless as Bebe. Bebe huffed, and Clyde held her back from going on a rampage. It doesn't matter. No one deserves to be to be interrogated by a fat ass like you, Craig said nonchalantly. I would love to make it clear that Craig likes YN, Cartman announced. Shut your fucking mouth, Craig yelled, waking the sub. Mr. Tucker, you need to take that type of language to the office, the sub said. Oh, now you fucking wake up, Craig mumbled. He got up from his desk and headed for the door while Cartman snickered. But as he left, he flipped everyone off in the room. I couldn't help but smile to myself. He stood up for me. Can we change this into a Craig listener? Because Stan's a fucking cheater. Fuck that bitch. We warned him multiple times. You got a girlfriend, but no. He wants to kiss our ass. But it's fine. Craig, I should read a Craig X listener next. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna read one more chapter and then this video is gonna be over, so yeah. After class, I waited for Craig to get out of Mr. McCackey's office. Even though it took forever, I still waited patiently. What are you doing here? He questioned suspiciously as he walked out of the office. I guess I wanted to thank you. I shrugged. It was nothing. He sighed. Was it true? Eric accused you of liking me? I asked sheepishly. Is it true that you're going to be a cheerleader? He questioned back. Possibly. I answered the question. Now, back your question. Possibly, he smirked, pushing past me. I couldn't help but have a smug smirk on my face when my phone went off. Why are you talking to Craig? Are you stalking me? No, I just happened to notice when I was walking by. Why did you tell Kyle we kissed? How did you find out? I could tell by the way he looked at me, like I was the root of all evil. Kyle knows everything in my life. I could not tell him. This was supposed to stay between us until you broke up with Wendy. Also, what are you planning to do that? She just got back from the hospital. Her body is broken. I can't break her heart too. I thought about it for a second, and this was the worst timing, I guess. I gotta go. I'll catch you later. What am I doing? I can't take Stan away from Wendy. I guess there's always Craig, but I didn't like Craig like I liked Stan. Ever since I saw Stan that night at the football game, I just fell for him. He has something about him, and ever since the kiss part of me needs him. YN? Nicole asked to get my attention. When did she get here? Hey, sorry, what's up? I replied, trying to play it cool. Everything okay? She asked. Yeah, I'm good. I nervously laughed. You sure? You seem very lost in thought. You can tell me, she responded. If Stan can tell people, I should be able to too. I took a deep breath. I don't think I'm ready to tell anyone. It would probably be safer if I didn't tell anyone. Okay, this is going to be a quick outro. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have drinking water, had something to eat, and if you need to take meds, please make sure to take those. Have a good afternoon, evening, and good night, and I will see you guys in the next episode, which will be the next video, which will be posted tomorrow, and it will be best friends. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.